We're here at beautiful Grayland. You can't see that because we don't really care at this point. We just want you to see the star here. Well, and you also can't see this photograph. We're going to get a close-up of it later. But this is of Robert Wagner and yours truly 30 years ago in Los Angeles promoting the show Switch. Now, if you look closely at the close-up, one of us has retained his movie star good looks, and the other one has just gotten older.
Jimmy, I don't think so.
Oh,
I got to watch you every minute. You know. Okay. Thank God you didn't become an actor.
Well, I act up.
Yeah.
I act badly. How you doing?
I'm doing very well.
It's good to see you 30 years later.
Thank you. It's a great pleasure for me to be here and to be here for this wonderful event.
It is. It's a great event, and I know you rushed over here, which we appreciate. You were with our friend Holland Taylor.
I was, yeah. I made a toast to her to be my bride-to-be on 2.5 Men last night at 11 o'clock in Los Angeles. So I'm a little bit, but I'm together. And I'm very happy to be here for this.
Well, the fur ball is a very special thing, and the Humane Society is special. You know, I'm sure they told you in doing some research on this that we have a no-kill shelter. Animals are not killed.
I know that. I heard that.
Are you hoping that this will sort of start a trend that we can do this everywhere?
I think it would be wonderful if it did start a trend. And one of the things that I feel very happy about, Jim, is, I've been asked to go to do a lot of these events, and when I heard about this particular one, it really did attract me for that reason that you just said. And also, I am an animal lover, and I have I've had many animals in my life, and I think that the kindness and the goodwill that the Humane Society shows to these animals is really so productive. And when you can use, when you're a celebrity and you can make people aware of an event like this, with Stefanie and I coming here, I think that's
sure.
one of the real perks.
And how's the Holden Refuge going?
Well, the William Holden Wildlife Foundation has ongoing projects, and it is endless. The good news is that we are very successful. The bad news is that we are very successful.
Meaning?
We are breeding 37 species of East African wildlife.
That's great.
Because there is no more place for them in some of the so-called wild areas which are being encroached upon by human need. And that seems to be the scenario all over the world. So what we try to teach with our education center is how we human beings can be compatible with the natural world.
Sure.
What the alternatives are for human beings that have a minimal impact on the environment. And we've been doing this for a long, long time.
And it's a great project.
Before Mr. Gore.
That's right, before Al Gore. Well, he invented everything. Now, let's talk about the Forsyth Humane Society for just a second. I'm sure you knew, as RJ did, that they have a no-kill shelter here.
Yes, I know that.
Are you hopeful that this will be something that can go nationwide and that someday every shelter will be that way?
Oh, it would be wonderful to consider that every shelter might be a no-kill shelter. There are lots and lots of no-kill shelters around the world. This is hopefully a growing thing as people become more aware and more responsible about our furry friends, because they are, as far as I'm concerned, my furry friends are people too.
Exactly.
And I have never looked upon a responsibility of taking on an animal any less than I would have the responsibility of taking on a child.
What was your first dog's name?
Fritzy.
Fritzy.
Fritzy and Ziggy. My mother's dachshunds were Fritzy and Ziggy. I was an infant. They were. I was born into a household that always had animals.
And
dogs.
they were your nannies.
They were partially my nannies, yes.
Stefanie Powers, thanks for being here to help the fur ball, and it's just great that you came to do this.
Well, thank you, and I urge everybody who sees this or finds out anything about the fur ball to come to the Forsyth Humane Society, support it, spay and neuter your dogs and cats, be a responsible parent for our furry children.
What was your name of your first dog or pet?
The name of my first dog was Bieber.
Bieber.
Yeah, it was a little Cocker Spaniel, and it was more my sister's dog than mine, but I loved this little dog. He was great.
Who named it?
I think she did. She did, but I picked up on the name. I was pretty young. I was about 5 years old,
right.
6 years old. But I've had dogs in my life forever.
And you had Freeway and Hart to Heart, which was a big, that wasn't just a prop. I mean, he became a part of the show.
Well, with Freeway, we kept him on the set with us. He was never in a cage. We never put him in a cage, and he ran around all the time, and he was in our dressing rooms.
They keep me in a cage when I'm not on the set.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Yeah. So anyway, you did not keep him caged up when you were working with him. He was free to move around, right?
Yeah, oh sure. He came in, he was with us all the time. The only thing was that he wasn't a very well-trained dog for movies.
Right.
He could sit down, he could sit up, he could roll over, and he could bark. But when I'd be doing love scenes and Stefanie and I'd be doing love scenes together, the trainer would be saying, sit down. And we'd have to get the dialogue in between because he didn't work on hand cues. Do you know, usually they work on hand cues.
That's
so
right.
it'd be, come on. Darling, I love you. Sit down. I really do. Get up, it was like that.
Was there a lot of panting going on?
Yeah, there was a lot of
I meant from the dog.
Yeah, from the dog and a bit from me as well.
Are you and Stefanie planning to work together anymore?
Well, I don't know if we have a chance. We toured with Love Letters for a while, and
Right.
then we did the show for a long time, and we did six 2-hour movies together.
Right,
So we
and they're great. Can I see you in another 30 years?
Absolutely.
And we'll talk about-
I think you'll make it. You're a cinch. You're a cinch. And
Thanks.
it's really great to see you, Jimmy.
Thanks for helping the Humane Society.
Thank you for having me on the show, and I can't tell you how proud I am to be here.
All right,
Thank you.
RJ.